Okay, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Priya. Okay, I'll be taking your demo session for today for physics. Okay, I think the topic which you have done is like energy resources. Is it so?
I haven't done it yet.
All right, so you haven't done it, so we'll take this for a demo session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll explain using the PPT. Any doubt, anything you're not able to understand, okay, you need to ask me. This is very easy, one of the easiest chapter in physics, I would say. Okay, like everything is like cakewalk. You must have studied about this and everything you can see around you. Okay, so that makes it easy
Yeah.
to understand the chapter. Because everything what I'll say, it will be around you. You must have seen earlier or you must have heard about it. Okay, so
All
this
right.
is one of the thing. I'll share the screen with you. Just tell me if the screen is visible to you. Okay.
Okay.
Just a minute. Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic is energy resources as well as how you have to generate the electricity. Energy resources are it is very important. The energy resources means they are the sources of power. Okay. Now sources of power, what they have to do? If you have the power, what will you do? If you have the power, can you work? Okay,
Oh,
like if I'll explain you with example. If you haven't eaten your food, okay, can you just process normally? Can you study?
no.
No. Okay, so in the same way, electricity or there are some energy resources. Okay, these are the sources of power. Okay, if you will have power, you will be able to do the work. Okay, like now energy resources are not related to you. Okay, these are the related to some of the equipments we would say. Okay, energy resources, they are the sources of power. And for those power sources, what we do, we use to do the work. Okay, now we have to do the work with them. Okay, by
Yeah.
using them, like heating our homes, running our cars, generating the electricity, everything, these are the energy resources. Okay, now most important thing is that these energy resources, they are classified into two things. Can you just tell me what are those two things, into what they're classified? You must have heard about in the your junior classes. I would say one, renewable.
Renewable and non-renewable.
Very good, renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, now can you tell me what are renewable sources of energy?
They're like coal and no, they're like those energy that can be regenerated again. Like they can be
Very good.
made again. They're
Yes.
secondary.
Yes. Renewable, very good. You have told it right. We can generate it. Okay. Now it is like they can be naturally replenished. Okay. Like you can naturally get it again. Okay. They won't run
Yeah.
out. Like if you have used them, it doesn't mean that after using them, they would run out after some time. No, that won't be a case. Okay. Once you have used it, it will be like it will be generated again naturally. Okay. Now
Yeah.
these are more cleaner for the environment. Now I have given you so many hints. They are cleaner. You can generate it again. Naturally, you can generate it. Now, can you tell me some of the examples of these resources? What would they be?
Like solar power,
Very
wind power,
yes,
uh, maybe like I think it was tidal
yes,
or
definitely.
yeah, one of those.
Yeah, hydropower.
Yeah, hydropower.
Yeah. So solar energy. One is your solar energy. Now, solar energy. The word suggests. What does the solar energy means? Solar energy. The energy which we get from
From the sun.
sun. Very good. Okay. Now, sun won't be like. It doesn't mean that sun is not there. Okay. Sun will be there after you have used your solar energy. You can generate it again. Okay. So
Yeah.
there is one thing which converts sunlight to the electricity. What is that particular thing?
Sunlight to electricity.
Solar, there are kind of fields which we use on the top of our houses. What is that? Like that kind of thing.
I'm not sure.
Can we say these are solar panels?
Oh, solar panel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So solar panels are one of the thing which we convert, which can convert sunlight to electricity. That's why we apply. Okay. We don't enjoy it by applying, but we need that particular advantage from there. Okay. We need advantage that means, you can be over there, you convert sunlight to electricity and, keep our home lighted. Okay. So these are one of the things. Now, these are few of the, I told you about renewable. Okay. Though we will study in detail about what is solar energy. Okay. How solar panels work, what is hydropower, what is windmills. Wind energy is generated through windmills. Okay. These all things we will study. But I'll just explain you now for now, just one example. Okay. Next is that non-renewable. What are non-renewable sources of energy now?
They run out easily and they take time to recreate or regenerate.
Very good. Okay, so these are the resources which can run out. Why they can run out? Because they take millions of years to form. You must have heard about your coal or fossil fuels, like your
Yeah,
oil, natural gas. These are all are fossil fuels. Okay, so they are made from what? They are made from remains of ancient plants and animals. Okay, like
yeah,
the animals and plants which died billions of years ago. After that, we get these things. So how do we get the electricity from them? We burn coal in power plants. You must have heard about power plants from where we get
yeah,
the electricity. Okay, so they burn the coal over there and they produce electricity. Okay, that's one of the thing, non-renewable. Now that is why they are saying, switch to the electric cars. Nowadays, electric cars, electric motors, vehicles are very much, in use. Why are they in
mhm,
use? First of all, they're cleaner. Okay, that's a good advantage to that. Second thing is that, they can, fossil fuels, once they are run out, where we will go. Okay, they are getting expensive also. One thing which is, very small in quantity, but demand is more. What will happen? It will
mhm.
become expensive. Okay, to ability to afford it will be very difficult. So these are one of the things. So I'll move forward with the slide. Now, the electricity is known as secondary energy sources. Why electricity is known as secondary energy source? Because it is produced from something. Okay. Now, you must have heard about food chain. Have you heard about food chain?
Yeah,
Now, plants are producers. Is it so?
yeah,
And everyone is consumers. Okay. Now, these are the primary energy sources. Everyone which derive the energy from these will be secondary energy sources. Is
yeah,
it so? Now, plant suppose eaten by rabbit eaten by
yeah.
deer. Okay, now deer is eating this rabbit. This rabbit is secondary energy source.
Secondary.
Why? Because it has derived its energy from primary energy sources. Okay, so that is why your electricity. The question is very important. Why electricity is known as secondary energy sources? Okay, why? Because it is produced using the primary energy sources. Now, primary energy sources could be any. They could be renewable also. They could be non-renewable also. Because at the end we need electricity.
Yeah,
Got it? So these are
yeah,
one of the things. Now, how electricity is generated? Now, I told you there are various ways to generate the electricity. Like hydroelectricity is there. Wind, from wind it is being generated. Nuclear, from nuclear a fusion and fission processes are there. From there it is generated. Solar,
yeah,
okay, from solar panels, like sunlight converts it into electricity. From there it is generated. Your tidals, because of the motion of moon and everything that changes. Okay, tidal energy is created. Fossil fuels. Now, these were the renewable and non-renewable that sources I was talking about. Yeah. So non-renewable sources of energy could be what? Fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear fuels, uranium and plutonium, okay, which are used in your nuclear power plants. Why they're
yeah.
known as non-renewable? Because they will run out. And most important is that they damage the environment. That is why we are avoiding it. Okay. But till now, they are currently providing most of our energy. Okay, why we are not, like 100% dependent on sun? Because I can say sun is, there, always there. It will be there. It will not run out. Okay, you can depend on sun. Why are you using these energy sources and destroying our environment? Tell me the reason why I'm not fully dependent on the sun for my energy sources.
Um, because
Just use that. Suppose today is very sunny day, but tomorrow there is a rain or there are clouds.
so like the weather change.
Yeah, weather can change. Okay, now in not in every country, sun is shining brightly. Okay, in some
Yeah,
countries there is snow whole year, and in some countries there is sun whole year. But there are certain weather conditions. Suppose cloudy is there, sun is not enough to provide sunlight. How that then those solar panels will convert that sunlight to electricity? If sun is not providing that sunlight, sun is there, we know that. But for that to reach that sunlight also on the earth, we require that thing. Okay, if the weather is not good, the sunlight will not reach, so we'll not be able to generate electricity. Is it
yeah,
so? So that's a
yeah.
one of the things we are not fully dependent on that. Okay, because now wind energy is also one of the things. Now not every day is windy day. Okay, now if windy day
Mhm,
is not there, then doesn't mean we will sit idle and wait for the wind to blow and get our electricity. Is
mhm.
it so? So that is why
Yeah,
we are not fully dependent on that. We are dependent still now also. We are dependent on non-renewable sources of energy because still now they provide most of that energy. Okay, non-renewable. Understood this thing now?
yes.
Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Now the next thing I was talking about renewable. Now again opposite to that. Wind, waves, geothermal, biofuels, solar, like from sun, tides, waves, these are all are renewable sources of energy. Now, what is the advantage of that? They will never run out. They do very less damage to the environment. They don't provide much energy. Why? And they can be unreliable. Why unreliable? Because they depend on the
Weather.
weather. Understood now? Easy to understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So these were the non-renewable and renewable sources of energy. In this, you should know what are the renewable sources of energy, what are the non-renewable sources of energy. Question can come in a form that they can give you certain examples and they can ask you that whether it is renewable or non-renewable. Or the question can come in a form, what are the advantages of renewable or non-renewable sources of energy. Okay. So these are
Yes.
two of the things. Now, generating electricity. Now, I told you everything we have studied about that, electricity can be generated from sun, from tidal, from, fossil fuels, from various ways. We have read about so many energy sources from which we can get the electricity. But how that electricity is generated from there? Okay. Now, to generate the electricity, it goes through the three steps. Very important. Once you know these steps, in every process, whether it is your tidal energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, whatever energy is there, every energy source resource will go through these steps to generate the electricity. Okay, like these are the, you can say, basic steps to know
Okay.
that how the your electricity is generated. So
Yeah.
first step is what? Boiler. What do the boiler do?
It boils the whatever the water and the
Yeah, it boils the
substances.
water. Yeah, so we can say that it heats the water, and then after heating the water, what so we're taking example of water. Okay, we're taking that example of particularly water. So if we do heat the water, what will happen?
It could evaporate.
It would evaporate, and in evaporation, what is released?
Gas,
Gas. Which gas?
carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. How the carbon dioxide is
Wait,
released? If I
water.
am if I am breathing, I'm releasing carbon dioxide. Does it mean I'm boiling?
No.
No. So what if you are heating a cup of water? Like this is a water, you are heating it. What will happen? What will be the what it will be
Water
released?
vapor.
Yes, water vapors. What is the other name of it? Steam.
Oh, no. Oh,
Remember, steam. Okay. So if in boiler, what will happen? It will heat the water to create a steam. Now, how in boiler, what is burned? Okay, something will be burned in the boiler. Okay, which will help to heat the water. So there are certain kinds of fuels which are burned in that boiler, and that burning fuel will create a heat. Now that heat, what it will do? It will heat up that water, and that water will be changed to steam. You can just imagine that your kettle is on a stove. Okay, kettle on a stove, and you heat the water, it boils and produces a steam. This is what the boiler is also doing. Okay,
yeah.
so boiler first step is that it will heat the water to create a steam. Next is turbine. Now, what does turbine do? You must have heard about this name, turbines. Have you heard about this thing, turbines?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what does it do?
They are used in like engines.
Yes, engines. Very good. They're used in engines, and they do the spinning kind of motion.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the next step. After boiling, the steam is generated. Now that what does it do? The turbine will convert that energy of a steam. Now, steam is released, it has certain kind of energy. Now, that energy is converted to mechanical energy. Now, mechanical energy means spinning motion of the turbine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is why? Because in boiler, high pressure is there. Okay. In boiler, when the steam will be released, it will be of very high pressure. Now, that high pressure, suppose if I explain you with the diagram, in this boiler, okay, this steam is released. Okay, this steam is of very high pressure, and there is a turbine. Suppose there are blades of these turbines. Okay, I'm just making it. These high pressure steam, it will strike the blades of this. If something pressure of very high pressure thing strikes on the particular blades, what will happen? These blades will start moving like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, high pressure steam from the boiler, it will be directed onto the blades of the turbine. Now, what will happen? This will make the turbine spin. Okay, these the blades of the turbine will spin, and that mechanical energy. Now, that particular energy is what? Mechanical energy. Now, that mechanical energy will be converted to electrical energy. How? Because the turbine is connected to a generator. Now, as the turbine will spin, what will happen? Inside a generator, what is there? There is a kind of a coil of a wire. Okay, that will also start moving. And as a result, that motion will create the electricity. Have you seen that how the generator starts?
No.
No, not. I don't know. Like there are kind of electrical kind of generators only. You need to on the switch only. But earlier, what was happening? The generators which are at our homes. Okay, what is there? You have to do like this kind of motion. And after some time, when you keep doing like this kind of motion, what happens? It starts with tuck 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 kind of a sound, and then it starts its thing. Okay, this is a kind of a generator that gets on. That's how it gets on. Okay, you have to do this kind of a motion. There is a kind of a key of a generator. You have to rotate it like that way. Okay,
yeah.
so that's the kind of a thing. Now, understood. Now, in everything, what we will study is boiler. Steam will be generated. Now, I'm just telling you that energy is converted to mechanical energy. Now, just a minute. Just 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I was telling you about that how this energy is converted. Okay, mechanical energy is converted, then mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy. Have you read about transfer of energy? That energy can be energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can change from one form to another. Have you read
Yeah.
about this? Okay,
Yes.
so this is what is happening. Okay, energy is converting from one form to another. There are certain kinds of energies like kinetic energy, your potential energy, very
Yeah.
familiar words that you must have heard about. Like how the
Yeah.
energy is converted. Suppose I will tell you about this example also. There is a ball. Okay, this is at some height. Okay, now this ball, when it is at height and it is at rest, which energy it has?
Potential energy,
Very
gravitational
good. It
potential.
has, yes, it has very potential energy. Now, when it starts falling, what will happen to this potential energy?
It will transfer to kinetic.
Okay, so similar thing is happening over here. Okay, now that turbine thing was there, it was rotating. Now anything which is rotating or spinning is mechanical energy. Now that mechanical energy in generator, okay, when it will keep spinning, it will on the generator, so that mechanical energy will convert to electrical energy. Understood? This is what
Yeah.
is happening. So now you see this. Now this is with now you will understand it better. Okay, in a boiler, what will happen? Fuel is burned. Now fuel is burned, it will heat the water. The water will turn into steam. Now fuels could be any, it could be coal, oil, or gas. Okay, anything it could be. This is how the electricity. Now these are the how the thing is happening in your industries. Okay, now steam, it travels through these pipes. Okay, and it travels through the pipes, and there is a kind of a turbine. You see this. This is a kind of a
Yeah.
turbine. It will start rotating very fast. Okay, now that turbine, that particular turbine, like suppose over here, this turbine is there, this whole thing is a generator. Okay, in generator, there is a magnet. Okay, very important thing, there is a magnet inside I told you there is coil of wire, inside that there is a magnet also. Now when it will, this after coiling that wire, that spinning will be there, and the magnet will start spinning. Okay, time will come, the magnet will spin, the electricity will be generated.
Okay.
Understood? This is the
Yeah.
basic